So you got to make a commitment to God. I love this kind of spiritual component. That's interesting. I love it. Dedication, compassion, suffocating. Tina's like commitment is suffocating. Oh my God. We talk, that's interesting. So sometimes commitment brings up freedom for some people, but for others, sometimes commitment does not bring up freedom. So let's see, Tina, I don't know if you were around, but we did an entire chapter. Do y'all remember what chapter we did? Let me look. It was an entire chapter about fear of commitment, but he doesn't call it that. He calls it when fears rush in. I think that's what it is. When conflict, yeah. So he talks about when fears rush in and danger too. So sometimes commitment, Tina, can feel suffocating. And he talks about engulfment and abandonment. So sometimes you feel overwhelmed by the responsibility of a committed relationship, and it can make you feel confined and boxed in. And so chapter 6, if y'all get this book, the paper copy of the book, chapter 6 in this book talks all about Tina, suffocation, feeling engulfed, overwhelmed by the idea of commitment. So I'm glad you brought that up because he addresses that in that chapter. Oh my God, we got so many comments here. A promise, integrity. Y'all are kind of feeling it. All right. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. Staying in the moment, trusting yourself. Commitment is led by true love. Oh my gosh, Lori. Yes, I get this. Appreciation is real love. All of this. Thank you so much. This is really great. Yeah, so we have an idea of what comes up for us when we talk about commitment. And I think it's such a to me, it's just tender. It's just a very tender thing to be able to commit to somebody. And I agree with a lot of you guys. Everything that I saw, even sometimes it being limiting, sometimes you commit yourself to something, you have to limit how far you can go in other areas. Staying the course, being with a special person, that one special person. Very fascinating. After many, many years, you ain't sure, Carol? Yes. Yeah, that's interesting. So just as David Rico does in a lot of ways, he opens up the chapter with a quote. So let's see what his quote is saying. So he says, oh, how can I love you more? So for all of you, we're on chapter 8, page 221. And he is opening this whole chapter on commitment, saying, how can I love you more? Dang, if somebody said that to me, if my husband said that to me, hey, Alicia, I want to know how I can love you more. I know he's committed to me. That's a commitment to love. Okay, and then Laura Huxley's husband, which I had to look up because I didn't know Laura Huxley. Like the only famous person I know named Huxley is the author of this book, Brave New World. His last name was Huxley. And sure enough, that was the wife of Huxley. She says that was her husband's last question to her as he was dying. From her book, This Timeless Moment. Oh my goodness. I read that. I almost wanted to tear up. I thought that was the sweetest thing. I thought that was sweet. Here is, and I looked up, I didn't know how Huxley died, but he had I think he had some form of cancer.